What's going on, everybody? This is Ken Jones. I got my long-term friend Don on the phone. He's a pro wrestling fan, top watching, pretty much a little bit of everything. Me and Don go way back. What do you say, 2007, or was it even before that?
It was before that. This manager.
Do you remember how you met me?
Yeah, I reached out to you via video.
I was doing YouTube videos back then, right?
Yep. He was doing YouTube videos before it was cool.
Before talking about pro wrestling on YouTube, I invented that. I mean, that's what my channel says in the bio, the original YouTube shooter. That was me. People don't believe that, but that's the truth.
And he means the actual truth, not Ron the Truth Killings.
Which is fired. I'm now hired. That was a crock of shit if I ever heard it. That shit wasn't real. That was a little publicity stunt they pulled.
Oh, man.
What do you think about the Ron Truth Killings? Do you think he ever got let go, or was it just to get...
I don't know. But I don't see anybody ever firing him. He's gold.
He's cool. He's cool. What's up?
He should have been there. TNA made the biggest mistake letting him go. Because they could have actually built the company around him.
They should have.
They should have built the company. Because they brought Ken Shamrock in because Ken Shamrock, you had the MMA appeal. Yeah. But,
And you're talking about Ken Shamrock and TNA, and I'm sure most of the people don't even know that was a thing.
It was there. Well, yeah, but he came back for a while to retire.
Yeah. But, I mean, that original run when he was the first TNA champion, NWA TNA champion.
And he was there for the publicity because that's what it was. It was publicity. Because controversy equals cash, to quote a really great Eric Bischoff line.
Controversy does definitely create cash. It creates subscribers. It creates views. It creates recognition. Controversy is everything in pro wrestling. It's everything in everything, actually.
But the question is, does Ken Jones create cash?
Ken Jones creates cash. He's working on creating more cash. And I can't wait for what the future holds.
But he didn't create Kid Cash, for those of you that might take that statement.
Again, you're talking about Kid Cash. I doubt people even know who you're talking about.
He was in ECW. People will know who that is. People who are wrestling fans who are even listening to this will know who this is, or know who that is.
I don't know how many of those people still watch, but I went into the Pal Talk chat room, and like they're like, "Is this Ken Jones? Is this Ken Jones from Yahoo Chat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. It's really me." No way. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better.
And then while you're in there, you meet Chris Abbott.
That name is kind of ringing a bell, but I'm not really familiar what you're talking about. Is that the one?
The guy who kept sending out the K9 websites. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Over the years, me and you have met some really screwed up individuals.
What does it say about our character?
Oh, man. It's been good. It's been wild up and down ride. I tell you what, I got that video of my son watching TNA wrestling. I don't know. It's on the channel. I don't know if you've seen it, but it brings tears to my eyes that my son is watching TNA wrestling.
Really?
Really? That it brings tears to my eyes, or really you haven't seen the video?
I haven't seen the video.
Yeah. You can.
But it's good to know that you're still a TNA fan.
I'm definitely.
This is still the same guy that would make sure that if I missed the live the initial run on Fox Sports Net, that I got bombed with all 20 times that it was going to be replayed.
And back then, it used to replay over and over and over again. And I wanted it to get ratings so bad. I watched it every single time. So at the end of it, I watched Impact about 13 times a week.
Yeah, well, if you didn't watch it, he would come at you like this.
That's what the guys on Pal Talk were saying. That you're the guy that used to force us to watch TNA. I'm like, yep, that was definitely me.
He's coming at you like, stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Which I would like to tell you, breaking news, that I plan on doing some videos about the weather coming up. So,
we need that as an audible clip, just so you know, kid. You need to clip that. Just that. No music, just clip that.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should.
Probably could find the clip.
So, what do you think about the current state of TNA right now? What do you think of Trick Williams?
I mean, it's awesome to see that you've got WWE guys in TNA guys in WWE, and the thing that too much to 2009 news horror is it TNA WWE guys going to TNA and winning all the belts.
Say that last part.
It isn't in 2009 news worst nightmare where all the WWE guys are coming over and winning all TNA belts because they're WWE guys.
Well, I think the Trick Williams thing could turn out to be a really good thing. I suck with his last name, Mike Santorum. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Mike Santorum. If he wins the TNA title because of this, especially if it's at Slammiversary in his hometown in New York, I think that could be really big. And have you heard talk of a TNA TV deal? I've heard rumors about TNA landing a big TV deal.
Yeah, I've heard talk.
I know Frankie.
You know what's amazing though is the fact that there's been a lot of WWE exposure. I mean, especially at WrestleMania, there's been a lot of TNA WWE exposure. There's just.
I think right now, I think if they were to get on a major network, they would go to the number 2 spot almost overnight because their product is so good right now. I think that.
Yeah, spoiler alert. AEW has lost a lot of their WWE guys that they just acquired because Tony Khan likes a massive action figure collection, and he's a Ring of Honor fan, which is why he owns the whole fucking company.
Okay, so since I haven't put it out there, I did say AEW sucks in a previous video, but Tony Khan is he an idiot? Is he an idiot?
I mean, no. Look. I know you like Dixie Carter. I know you do. But these are both cases of wrestling fans with money.
Yeah, but Dixie built an awesome wrestling company with her money, especially in the beginning because she let other people run it, and she didn't try to run it. When she did try to run it, you see what happened. It went to hell.
Yeah. And the best thing to come out of the worst thing that came out of Dixie Carter was
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. Did we say that at the same time?
The bad part is it was also the best time because it was their highest rated television episode of all time in 2011. Yeah. As TNA fans have brought a lot of promise and a lot of love. But TNA does have something now that they didn't have back then.
Yeah,
and I know
they have a good product.
Kent's not as big a fan of it as I am, because I'm cool with people that understand the business and know what they need to do to just take that next step.
What are you talking about exactly?
Well, I'll instead of doing it, because I'm kind of afraid to pop into the stream. That's why we don't say it.
Yeah, well, I've said publicly I'm not a big Joe Henry fan. I just can't get into his over the top. He's a sports entertainer, man. He's not a wrestler.
No, he is a wrestler. He is. He's a good wrestler, because when he was in Ring of Honor, I know most people don't know that, but he had this theme song. He had the gimmick, but he didn't have he was missing was just he started smiling. That's what he started doing. And you know, for WWE fans, people would talk about Apollo Crews. He failed because his gimmick was guy that can wrestle and smiles a lot. Joe Hendry had everything but something memorable. He had the theme. He had the ability. He did all that. It just dyeing his hair blonde, turning around and starting to smile got him over.
It did. It got him way over. But it got him over. I got a feeling it got him over with a bunch of WWE marks, because he was so up their alley.
No, he's over with TNA folks. But that's not the only thing. That's not the only thing that got Joe Hendry over. And I'm a fan of Joe Hendry. I'm glad to see him. I've been a fan of his since he was in Defiant or What Culture Wrestling.
Well, he's got a lot of fans, so you being one of them isn't surprising.
I used to watch What Culture Pro Wrestling, or WCPW.
What Culture, the YouTube channel?
Yeah, they had their own wrestling promotion back in 2016. Drew Galloway was there after he went to TNA. EC3 was there. Kurt Angle wrestled there. And yes, we're talking about Kurt Angle, not Kurt.
Kurt Angle has arrived.
No, it was. What was it? Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle
has arrived. No, it's Kurt. Remember
I don't talk about. I don't make fun of anybody butchering names, because I butcher names so bad. I don't make it fun of anybody.
But I'm not making fun of it. It was funny though. Kurt Angle has arrived.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, it's up to you, man. I mean, we're live, so
live, baby, live. Trying to think of something else. Well, what do you think about Mike Santorum winning the TNA title? Do you think it? I think it could be a really. I think it could be a really big thing. What do you think?
I agree. I think that I don't think they're going to pull the trigger, but it would be great for them to pull the trigger.
They've not pulled the trigger so many times, and it's crucially cost the company. They didn't pull the trigger with James Storm winning the title from Bobby Roode, which is the number one that comes to mind. They really should have pulled that trigger.
They should have pulled the trigger with the alpha male Monty Brown.
They should have pulled the trigger with Monty Brown. They should have pulled the trigger with Man, it's happened so many times. Kaz, when Kaz beat Christian Cage to get a number one contendership, he should have went on to win the world title.
But they did pull the trigger with Austin Aries though. For the first time, not the second time.
Yeah, they did, and it worked in the beginning, but it lost steam quick. Austin Aries is a piece of shit, by the way.
When he just no-sold the win and walked out. Yeah,
he's a piece of shit.
And for the record, Ken has never been an Austin Aries fan. I mean, because, the only thing that he ever did relevant was when he was Austin Star.
Thank you, Kevin Nash. Thank you, Kevin Nash.
Thank you, Kevin. We loved you for this. We loved that whole time. DNA was fun to watch.
I really was. I wish Nash would return to commentary.
Honestly, it would be hard for Kevin. I mean, but Kevin was the guy who could do a complete 740 moonsault
in a one-sided ring.
I guess Samoa Joe. Absolutely. So Ken, did you want something to laugh about?
I always want something to laugh about.
Because I have a clip and everybody says Joe Hendry's just a gimmick. He's not just a gimmick or just a theme song or just a smile. The man does come out with some hilarious things. And this is one of them. To show the realness. Now who wants to hear it? There you go. Let's take a listen.
Is he saying I believe in kiss assing?
No, he is. I believe in moose dancing.
Oh, I believe in moose dancing. I do too.
I'm gonna clip this because it really does say dancing moose former champ. And it has moose scratching his butt while he's doing it. So. See, again, back to his point. He says that Joe Hendry is a sports entertainer, but I disagree with that. That's all y'all need to hear. But y'all already know, like his program in WWE with Ethan Page. He pulled that clip off of Twitter, and Ethan Page has gone on record to say that that Joe Hendry really dug deep into social media to pull that out. And Kent is the kind of guy that would do the exact same thing to make a point.
Yeah, I've dug real deep to.
If you've ever posted it and Kent can find it somewhere, he's going to find it. And that's why I'm surprised this man is not more of a Joe Hendry fan.
How about since you talk about posting, I got the CZW fan video on my channel. Did you watch it when it was live, the CZW fan? Or do you remember me feuding with the CZW fan?
Yeah, I do. I was there. The fan of the company that's no longer in business.
Right.
Hey, while you were talking all that shit, I got one thing to say to you. I clipped this. I've had this on my shelf for a while. Let's do it.
Dummy, yeah. God, you like Joe.
No, there's a guy, Kent. That guy is an entertainer. He really is. You can't like him.
Yeah, it's true. I like you like Joe. He is an entertainer. But it don't come off as so hokey as it does with Joe Hendry. It comes off more like The Rock, where it's really way out there, but it comes off as believable. Joe Henry don't come off as believable. Hey, did we just give Liberty a free plug right then?
Yeah, Liberty Hallfield.
Liberty what?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I have always been an Eli Drake fan. Even as LA Knight, I still like him because motherfucker still fire on the mic. Even when he was in NWA and he was drunk off his ass, he was still funny as fuck.
Hold on a second. Who the fuck is Kent Jones doesn't mind?
That's you.
That's not me.
You get that.
It's an American. Let me read some of the stuff I found out about him. He's a black guy, I guess. Yeah, he's the black guy. Kent Jones is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer. He is best known for his 2016 debut single "Don't Mind," which peaked at number 8 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. I'm just mad that when I look for myself on Google, this is what pops up. All the work I put in over the years, and some rapper puts out a single and it blows up. So I'm going to put out a diss track to Kent Jones Doesn't Mind when I hit 5,000 subscribers. What do you think, Don?
I think that's good. And if you're not done with that, it's going to be. There you go. Fans of Impact. Don't worry, I have plenty of these clips for days.
Right. So tell me everything you know about the TNA TV deal. I know that they were that Frankie Kazarian was talking about Paramount, and they could get a streaming deal with Paramount. Paramount's owned by NBC, right?
Yep.
So does that mean that they could end up on NBC if that was to happen?
Possibly.
That would change the game forever. If they got on NBC, that would change the game forever. Well, what do you think? NBC? You think it could happen?
I do.
Well, isn't there some rumblings that Triple H is actually pushing for TNA to get a big TV deal?
Yeah, Triple H wants to because he's a big fan of TNA. Triple H has always been about
what's best for business.
And TNA having ties to other wrestling companies like, and I forget the name of it, and I apologize, but that Joshi Pro promotion that Corey Sane and Io Shirai are a big part of. That's the guy that actually founded Stardom and started his own thing. That's a big deal, and Triple H was really supportive of that by letting a lot of the Joshi females go and wrestle there. Because it is an international platform that WWE stars can appear on, and not only does it give them international exposure, as we do have several international women in WWE at this point, but it also gives them, the other companies, big marquee matches.
I had TNA Plus. Do you have TNA Plus?
Well, of course.
Surprisingly, after all this stuff I've done for TNA, I don't have a free subscription. I think TNA should give me a free subscription, but I guess $9 a month isn't too bad.
Which was what WWE was originally charging for their platform that doesn't exist anymore. Unless you're in the UK. You can still get WWE Network in the UK.
The WWE Network doesn't exist anymore?
Not here. Where do I go?
Well, that's... TKO has really destroyed the WWE. They destroyed AJ Styles. AJ showed up in the WWE as a has-been, man. I remember AJ Styles sliding under guardrails, not over guardrails, but under them. That AJ Styles never showed up at WWE. WWE fans have no clue what phenomenal really means.
This is the same guy that wasn't doing the fucking forearm as a finisher. That was a regular move he did on a match basis. They don't know what a spiral tap is.
Yeah. They have no clue who AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, is. I put that in a video. I said that AJ Styles sold his soul to the WWE, and I got a bunch of comments for it. But he did, man. He sold his soul. All them years he talked shit about WWE, and then he went and worked for them. But a lot of guys have done that. Because that paycheck means so much to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why they sell themselves to AEW, because the paycheck's even bigger there.
Yeah, but no one has a grudge against AEW. AEW didn't kill Owen Hart. Did I just say that? I can never forgive Vince McMahon for murdering Owen Hart. That's really always been one of my biggest gripes, is the fact that they murdered Owen Hart. Because the guy was scared of heights. He didn't want to do it. And he fell to his death. And this murder is murder. Flat out, cold-blooded murder.
And here's the controversy of the show.
I've been known for a little controversy over the years. All right, I think that's going to wrap us up, unless you got something else you want to add to it.
I have something I want to add to it. You have to give me a moment, because I have something that I know you're a big fan of.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
Well, see, here's the thing. As far as these Vince McMahon allegations, I gotta go there. Well, Vince has put out a response to this. And I think we should play the clip. What do you think?
Yeah, we should.
Here. All you people laugh at me, Vince McMahon. You got it, I wouldn't laugh. That was funny. What do you think? I mean, about 10 months later, people. It's real funny, isn't it, huh? Hey, JR, it's real funny, isn't it, huh? All you people laughing at me, this big man. Well, guess what? Guess what's going to happen, JR? Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm going to make you do exactly what vicariously each and every one of these people are going to do. You know what? All these people are going to kiss my ass through you. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. That's going
What an idiot. Vince McMahon's a fucking idiot.
Come on, man. Yeah, you're going to kiss my ass through you. That's his response. Kiss my ass. Join the kiss my ass. This is what Vincent Kennedy McMahon responds to. All of you, kiss his ass. Yeah, oh my God.
Good shit. Good shit.
All of you people are gonna kiss my ass. Yeah. Get on his knees. Yeah. Kiss my ass. Yeah. Good television. But yes, Vince McMahon's response to that is you're all gonna kiss his ass.
Vince McMahon is a sick, perverted freak that got exposed for something that me and you, Don, we knew for years. We knew it for years that this guy was he's a sick son of a bitch.
He's a sick freak. I think that we can just leave that. I'll leave the show on that note.
Well, one more thing. I think that Donald Trump will pardon Vince McMahon if it comes down to that. If Vince McMahon gets convicted, I think Donald Trump will pardon him. You don't see that happening?
I do.
And it could be good for wrestling because, I mean, it'll get all kinds of national coverage. It could be good for wrestling if Donald Trump pardons Vince McMahon. It'll put wrestling back in the mainstream. Because you know what? Controversy creates cash.
And I think that to end our show, we should play one more clip and leave it at that. And it's going to be a short clip. So here we go. The world's largest love machine, Viscera. Leave the show on that.
All right. It's been I'm not supposed to say it, but it's been Don the Bomb and Kent Jones.
It is Wrestlution. You can find me at Wrestlution on Facebook or Twitch. I'm sorry, or YouTube, or Twitter for that matter. Or I'm sorry, they're not calling it Twitter anymore.
It's fucking Twitter, and we all know it. Elon Musk says Donald Trump's a pedophile. Well, he fucked Twitter pretty bad, so he might be a sexual offender.
But we all leave you on that.
Okay, say your name again. Wrestle Solution.
Wrestlution.
Wrestlution.
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. I don't do streams anymore, but.
Well, you're doing stream right now, and we're probably going to make this a regular thing.
But it's been Kent Jones showing the love.
So good to me.
And we'll just leave that where it lies.
All right. The YouTube page is www.youtube.com/@Kent Jr. Y'all be good. Signing off.